They thought it was just a ritual, a simple act of desperation. But when you play with the forces of the unseen, revenge always demands payment in blood. Tonight we delve into two real-life accounts where black magic was used as the ultimate weapon. First, a terrifying tribal war in West Africa, where a blood ritual brings down a curse of terminal agony. Then, a wealthy family discovers that firing their security guard invites a slow, calculated demonic torment directly into their home. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, because once the curse begins, there is no turning back. I am Bobby, a Nigerian citizen from West Africa. The main topic of today's story is the fight over black magic between the two ethnic groups, the Yoruba and the Igbo. There are 4 classes of sorcerers in African countries, including Nigeria, which are called Tinel, Umne, Puna, and Noah in African languages. Tinel is a class of sorcerers who perform magic tricks in villages and usually can solve minor problems. Omni is a 3rd class of sorcerers who perform general social and religious ceremonies. Puna is a 2nd class of sorcerers who do much more terrible black magic, such as killing people with a knife, then capturing terrible ghosts and making them work, etc. Noah is the 1st class. They practice black magic on the path, such as soul binding magic, mirror binding magic, soul or karim return magic, black magic, red magic, etc. In addition, there are over 300 ethnic groups in Nigeria, the 3 main ones being the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. I am an Igbo Christian. Of these 3 major ethnic groups, the Hausa are the largest, accounting for about 31% of the total population of Nigeria. The Yoruba are the 2nd largest, accounting for about 16% of the total population, followed by the Igbo, accounting for about 15% of the total population. The Yoruba and Igbo are almost equal in number. Each region of Nigeria has its own ethnic influence, with the Hausa in the northern part of Nigeria being the majority and the others being a minority. The Yoruba are the western part of Nigeria, and the Igbo are the majority in the eastern part of Nigeria. My home is in the western part of Nigeria, where the Yoruba are the majority and the Igbo are a minority. This incident took place in the late 1980s, when the Igbos were subjected to extreme discrimination by the Yoruba society. They decided that this time they would do something that the Yorubas would remember for the rest of their lives. Since the Yorubas were in the majority here, the Igbos would not be able to match their power. So they decided that they would cast black magic on those within the Yoruba-dominated community who were relatively more anti-Igbo, those with a radical nature. Kevin is the chief of the Mai Igbo tribe, the chieftain Noah or Kabaraj. All the Igbo go to Kevin and say Kevin should do something. This tyranny of the Yorubas is no longer tolerated. Give them a proper lesson. Then Kevin says, okay, but give me a day. Let me think about what magic can be done on them. The next day, Kevin, the Igbo chief, calls everyone and says, I will run some blood-sucking vampire jinnis on them. These vampires will eat all the blood in their bodies, and they will eventually die of blood loss, so that no one can easily understand the matter. Later, this work was done through a ritual. Through this ritual, a powerful vampire will be imprisoned. That vampire will be forced to enter the body of this goat, and then it will be sacrificed. That day, Kevin wears a special dress. After the evening, Kevin and his 12 disciples start the ritual in the courtyard of Kevin's house. Right in the middle of the stage, Kevin brought a goat, recited a mantra on it, and started blowing on it. After a while, he took some water and threw it at the goat. Meanwhile, Kevin's disciples formed a circle around the goat and started doing a strange dance. This went on for about 10 minutes. Then Kevin took a long, sharp knife and started making various gestures in front of the goat. At one point, the goat stood there and started roaring. Hearing its roar, everyone present realized that the demon inside this goat had been imprisoned. Then they started rejoicing with joy. At one point, Kevin separated the head from the goat's neck with one blow. Kevin places the severed head of the goat on a plate. A disciple collects the goat's blood in an earthen pot. Then Kevin takes the head and the pot full of blood and goes to his small room. It is known that EBO asked Kevin to perform a cow spell on the Europas. Cow spell is a contract spell, making a contract with the genie and making it work. Under the influence of this spell, many Europas suffer from anemia and die. Later, the Europa people found out about this. Then, in revenge, they cast a terrible black spell on the EBO. This spell is called suicidal black spell, meaning the person who is cast on it will commit suicide. When EBOs are infected with black magic by the Europa people and tries to take his own life, Kevin realizes that the Europa people have put those terrible jinn on their tribe that are controlling people and forcing them to commit suicide. As a result of this magic of the Europa people, more than 10 Ibos people committed suicide. Even then, the fight between the two groups is going on with black magic. Both sides have cast terrible spells on each other, and it is still going on in 2025. One morning suddenly, Kevin started vomiting blood. After hearing the news, everyone rushed to Kevin. We saw that starting from the house and the entire yard, there was only blood and blood. The surprising thing is that Kevin was vomiting like this, but no one was catching him or taking him to the hospital. Instead, everyone was standing and watching the joke. When we went to catch Kevin, Kevin told us to stay away from me. You can't save me, and I will die immediately. We were quite surprised and shocked to hear him say that. We asked Kevin how this happened. Then Kevin said that the Europa people did it. This time, none of us will be able to survive. Anyway, despite Kevin's prohibition, we somehow forcibly caught him and went to take him to the hospital, but he died before taking him to the hospital. That day, a shadow of mourning fell on our entire Ibo tribe because Kevin was the Ibo Kaviraj Sardar. Kevin's body was buried according to his religion. 2 days after Kevin died, 3 of our Ibo youths died in the same way, vomiting blood. Before they died, they only wanted to say that they had eaten something in their dreams last night. The surprising thing is that the 3 of them had the same dream. The dream they had was that they had gone to a feast together and ate meat to their full. Then they woke up from their sleep due to stomach pain. After eating meat in their dreams, the stomach pain started. Then the pain gradually increased. Eventually it became more intense, and at one point, they started vomiting blood. So after the death of Kevin and the 4 people, panic spread among the Ibos. They realized that this time the Europas had cast terrible black magic on them. Then the Ibos became desperate to escape this black magic. The day after the death of the 4 Ibo youths, Ibos brought a famous Ibo guru Kaviraj from the neighboring area. The name of that poet is Henry. Henry is told everything about how 4 people, including Kevin, died. Henry says, "First, let's see what kind of black magic the Europas have done on you." Henry sits down in a seat, then closes his eyes and starts mumbling something. It seems that Henry has fallen asleep. After a while, Henry opens his eyes. Henry says, "To take terrible revenge on you, the Europas have brought a very experienced Yoruba Noah tribal poet Sardar to end your entire tribe with black magic. On the day of the solar eclipse, the Europa poet sacrificed 1 person and did this terrible black magic on you. He sends the jinnis of 3 powerful magicians on you. The jinni that the Yorupas have sent knows the 3 Adama magic. Adama's magic is so strange and terrible that as soon as a jinni applies it, it can completely destroy his body. Henry says there is only one way to solve this problem, but it is very difficult: the magic of the 4 ancestors. The magic of the 4 ancestors that day. Henry left for some time, then he returned with 5 other experienced poets, along with some things. Inside were 4 pigeons, some bird feathers, 4 human skulls, some colored candles, etc. Henry said that When the sun is directly overhead, that is at noon, my colleagues and I, these 5 friends, will start our ritual. You will give us an empty space where no one except us can come. You have to take care that no one else can come there. That day, from noon to evening, these 6 poets did this ritual. Henry told us that please, no one should leave the house. As soon as the sun sets, I will start my real work. That is the magic of bringing back the souls of the 4 ancestors. The outside environment may then become abnormal. It may seem to everyone that a severe storm is coming. Please, no one will be afraid and forget it. No one should come around this courtyard. The real work begins after sunset that day. They chant for hours. Then a storm starts to rise around them. It seems like everything will be destroyed right now. A terrifying atmosphere is created. Then the candles in the line go out one by one, and 4 lights enter the 4 skulls. It's mean. The souls of 4 ancestors are here. They were very angry for disturbing and being called. After some time, Henry is able to keep quiet and tells the spirits everything, how the Aorupas have cast a spell on Ibo and wants to know the solution to this problem. The spirits say that the solution to this problem is mirror magic. Then tell Henry how to cast that mirror magic. The next day begins after sunset, and Henry starts a ritual. Henry keeps 3 mirrors in front of him and starts chanting. After chanting for a while, 3 lights come together and enter the 3 mirrors. Then Henry hits a mirror with a knife. Every time he hits the mirror with the knife, a loud scream comes out. The scream was so loud, like when lightning strikes very close. Everyone present felt as if their eardrums were bursting. Henry hit 3 mirrors one by one with a knife, and each time the same screams could be heard. After finishing this, Henry called everyone over and said, "The problem has been solved. You all get rid of the black magic of Europas from today. This is how a terrible problem is solved." Samira Auntie lived a very comfortable life with her husband. Her husband had been working abroad for a long time, but after the death of his parents, he returned home permanently. Now it was just the 2 of them, living in a large, luxurious house. The house was huge, around 2 canals of land. There were multiple workers, cleaning staff, laundry staff, kitchen helpers, security guards at the gate. They didn't need to do anything themselves. Life was smooth, organized, peaceful, and during this time, Samira was pregnant, 6 months pregnant, waiting for her first child. Everything felt perfect. But sometimes, life changes without warning. The incident was told to me by an aunt. Her name is Samira. One night, 5 masked men broke into the house. They didn't just enter quietly. They came prepared. They overpowered the security guard, broke inside, tied Samira and her husband with ropes, and looted everything. Money, valuables, everything was gone. After they left, the house felt empty, but something felt even more disturbing. This didn't feel random, it felt planned. After the incident, Samira started thinking deeply. Something didn't add up. All indoor workers had already left. The robbery happened at the perfect time. The guard didn't resist properly. She said to her husband, "This is not a coincidence. Someone helped them." She called the guard and questioned him. He became nervous. His answers were weak and unclear. Samira became certain. She told her husband, "Fire him immediately. He is involved." Her husband wasn't fully convinced, but he trusted her. So the guard was dismissed. And that decision was the beginning of everything. Because Samira was pregnant, she needed someone to stay with her full time. So they searched for a 24-hour maid. After a few days, a girl arrived. Her name was Fariha. She looked very young, around 17. But what stood out was her beauty, her calm behavior, her respectful tone. She spoke gently, answered every question perfectly. Samira felt comfortable. She thought, maybe she came from a good household, so she hired her. And from that moment, Fariha became a part of their daily life. At first, everything felt better. Fariha took care of the house, helped Samira constantly, didn't let her do any work. Samira started feeling relaxed again. She even praised Fariha to others. It felt like life was returning to normal, but slowly, very slowly, things began to change. Samira started seeing strange dreams. At first they were unclear, but soon they became terrifying. She saw graveyards, dead bodies, people surrounding her. It felt real, too real. She would wake up screaming. This didn't happen once, it happened every single night. She became afraid of sleeping. Despite everything, her pregnancy was progressing normally. Doctors said, the baby is completely healthy. Even a day before delivery, everything was fine. But when the baby was born, it was dead. And not just that, the condition of the baby was horrifying. The body looked damaged. Doctors were shocked. They couldn't explain it. Samira's world collapsed. After losing her child, the nightmares became worse. Now she started seeing a child, a small child, walking alone, looking at her and asking, "Why did you kill me?" The same question, again and again. She couldn't escape it. At the same time, her husband's condition worsened. He became weak, sick, emotionally distant. Then one day, he told her something disturbing. He said he sees a burned woman in his dreams, trying to take his soul. Now both of them were experiencing something unnatural. One day, she felt something strange inside her clothes, something hard, stitched inside. When she opened it, it was an amulet, a tawiz. One worker told her, "This is black magic." At that moment, fear turned into panic. Samira's sister brought a spiritual healer. The healer looked at her and said, "You are under powerful black magic." She warned, "If you don't act, someone will die." But Samira refused to believe it. She was already overwhelmed. She thought it was stress, depression, so she ignored the warning. One evening, Samira saw her husband standing on the rooftop. His eyes were closed. He was making strange hand signs, exactly like the ones from their dreams. She called out to him, but he didn't respond. And within seconds, he jumped. From 6 floors high, he died instantly. After some time, Samira returned home. Fariha was still there, still working normally. But one day, Samira overheard her saying, "The husband is gone, now it's her turn." That moment, everything became clear. Samira caught Fariha and called her family members. Under pressure, Fariha confessed. She had placed black magic items all over the house, under the bed, inside pillows and clothes, even buried in the ground. She mixed ashes of dead bodies into their food. She admitted killing the baby, causing the husband's death. Finally, she revealed the truth. She was the daughter of the guard, the same guard who was fired. He was innocent, but after losing his job, he couldn't survive the shame. He took his own life. And she came back, for revenge. They removed everything, performed prayers, gave charity. The horror stopped. But even today, Samira asks herself, what if we never accused him? Sometimes, evil doesn't enter your home. You invite it in without even knowing.